Whew, okay, let's do something a little bit different. Let's do a car vlog. I'm on my way to a content event, so it's about a 20-minute drive, so I thought I would hop on here and talk to y'all. My new video is up. It's all about part 2 of sourcing hair in Guangzhou, China, and how to start your own hair brand or beauty brand. So if you haven't watched that, make sure y'all check that out. But for now, you know, I did realize, like, I have not properly introduced myself to you. No background history. I kind of just hopped on and just started like barking information at you. So let me just give you a little bit about me. So I'm Ashley Nicole. I'm a hair extension specialist, an educator, and content creator. I've been behind the chair for 18 years now. I started out as a braider. I'm a damn good braider, actually, but I stopped because it was a lot of just like wear and tear on my hands, and I just could not take it anymore. So I'm like, you know what? Let's work smarter and not harder, okay? Because I'm only getting older, and the longer you are behind this chair, the more just like things on your body just starts to break down, and it's not working how it used to. So I got certified in extensions. I got certified in microlinks and eye-tips online. During the pandemic, I found like so I got certified in microlinks, eye-tips, and I started doing that, and that was amazing. People loved it. My clients trust the process. If you're starting a new service, like let's say you're trying to stop braiding and you want to start to offer like luxury extensions, sew-ins, whatever have you, start with the clients that are already in your chair. That's what I did. I've had these clients for a very long time. I have a very great reputation behind the chair, and my clients trusted me, so it wasn't hard for me to say like, hey, you know, I just learned this new service, let me introduce it to you, see if you like it, and if you don't, like, that's cool. So I started with the clients that were already in my chair, and I slowly flipped my clientele from braid clients to extension clients. Now, obviously, some of my braid clients, they did go to other stylists who are offering braids, and others did not. Others stayed with me and just started wearing hair extensions, and that's amazing. I am originally from Jersey. I was born and raised there. I moved to Pennsylvania when I was 16, and I stayed there until I was 32. So I stayed there longer than I expected. I thought once I turned 18, I would just be like moving, like that's it, I'm done, I'm going back to Jersey. But I stayed there for a while. I actually moved to Florida for a year when I was about 21 or 22. That's a whole nother story, you know, just trying to discover yourself like in your 20s. But while in Pennsylvania, I worked a bunch of jobs, odds and ends, customer service jobs mainly. I worked at a few warehouses, but a lot of call centers. One day I just walked out of my job. I was a part-time pharmacist, well, pharmacy tech or something like that. And I'm like, okay guys, like I'm going on break, I'm just gonna go grab a coffee, and I wind up just driving home. I was already contemplating like, this is not my passion, this is not what I enjoy doing, so why am I doing this? Mind you, I just got a car, I had a car note, I just got my own apartment, have to pay rent, didn't have anything saved, but I knew like this is just not for me. Like I can't do it. It wasn't fulfilling, and it wasn't making me happy. So I quit that job, and I just said, listen, either you're going to sink or you're going to swim. And if I say I'm going to do something, I have to do it. Like I have to prove myself right, because I know that I am capable. So it worked out for me. I use social media as a tool in my business, and it's still a tool in my business. This is way back, you know, like beginning of like Instagram time. I've never been the type to hand out business cards and things like that. So I use what I know is best for me, and that is social media. I bought a camera from QVC. I was making payments on that. And I said, listen, I am going to use social media to really push my business, so I need to have quality content. I've always believed in putting out quality content ever since, you know, the beginning. I started getting a lot of notoriety from that. I switched up my hair. I actually did a full buzz cut, and then I dyed my hair green. That got a lot of eyes on me, and in turn a lot of eyes just like on my business, which was amazing for me. Like, who's this girl with this green hair, like buzz cut green hair, like what, like who is she, who did your hair? Like, oh, actually I did my hair, and I'm Ashley Nicole, and this is what I do. So I built a lot of clientele just based off of my image. So that comes down to like personal branding too. I never played about that. I never played about my business, and I never played about my brand. I know that it is what's going to propel me out there. It's what's going to push me forward, because obviously, you know, you can have the talent, but if you don't have the personal brand, especially now, it really doesn't really mean much, because there's so many other talented people out here. Why should they pay attention to you? I was a salon owner. I owned a salon for almost 5 years. I closed it in March of 2025 once I was here in Atlanta. When I left, I expected that my team would continue to do what they do, which is like, you know, doing their shit. And it wasn't like that. I lost a lot in that business, in that salon. Friendships, relationships. It was a heavy toll on me, and I was flying back and forth from ATL back into Allentown to, you know, check on things and, you know, have meetings with people in person and just kind of have my presence felt. But I realized after the fact that the only way for my presence to be felt is for me to actually be there. I need to focus on where I'm at now, which is in Atlanta. Flying back and forth, I missed out on a lot of opportunities, like so many opportunities, because I was so focused on what's going on back there. And rightfully so, you know, that's my business. That's been my baby for almost, at that point, 5 years. So I felt a heavy burden letting it go. It weighed a lot on my mental. I went back and forth with the decision for the first year that I was in Atlanta, and I finally just had enough and said, you know what, count your losses, close, and focus on what you are building here. And it's been very fruitful for me here in Atlanta. So many different opportunities that I've been blessed with, to work with people and brands. Like, had I not made the move here and focused strictly on where I am now, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I have with Love Me Hair. You know, I wouldn't have been able to fly, you know, out to China for 10 days and then Vegas for another 4 days with this brand and have such a tight relationship that I do have with them if I wasn't here in Atlanta, in a major city. It's to just really rebuild my clientele. I left my hometown and I had a booming clientele. Like, I didn't have to, it wasn't nothing for me to put up, hey, last minute opening at 3 o'clock, who wants it? And boom, within 10 minutes, it was already booked. Here, I had to realize, like, okay, you are new here. You are not the shark here. You have to start from ground one, ground zero, and build your way up and rebuild your clientele. I really had to appreciate the process and to humble myself, because I came out here like, listen, I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm great, but like, hello, like, I'm here, so come sit in my chair. No, like, girl, you gotta hustle again. You gotta grind again. You have to go back to the basics, and you have to learn some new marketing skills and new marketing tactics. Like, you have to start from the beginning, and you have to understand that, you know, it took me years to build my clientele back home. So it's going to take me some time to build that here. So I had to really swallow that pill and understand, like, okay, like, it's okay. It's going to work out for you, because it has to work out. Like, you're literally crazy, and it's going to work out. And I'm blessed that it is working out. Now that I'm focusing here and I understand to trust the process, it's much better for me. Obviously, it's not as consistent as it once was before I moved, but it's getting there. And I offer, you know, K-tip extensions. So thankfully that, you know, with the price point that I am at, I am able to, you know, pay my bills, which is most important, because of the skill set that I do have. And I'm very grateful, and I'm very blessed, and it's just a blessing. And no matter what my clientele is like, there's always stylists out there like you who are looking for, you know, someone to properly train you in extensions and not just throw a certificate, you know, in your hands and take a picture with you. Like, no, girl, like, we're going to sit here, we're going to learn this. I'm going to make sure you know what you're doing, because if you leave this class and you go out and you fuck up somebody's hair, that falls back on me, and I would feel guilty about that, not just with you and your education, but the client, because at the end of the day, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and the first thing that I care about is my clients' natural hair and like their hair health. But Atlanta has been amazing. I have no regrets here. I have no complaints. Even with the traffic, for me, that's not that big of a deal. Like, at least sitting in traffic, I'm going home to my apartment, or I'm going to a cute place to have drinks with my friends or dinner. Like, even now, I'm going to a content event. So I don't mind the traffic. The people are cool. It's amazing for me as a Black woman. There's a lot of positive representation here. I just eat this place up. I love it so much. Like, when people ask me, like, what is it like living in Atlanta, like, how is it, and I tell them, like, it literally feels like a hug. It feels like a good, warm southern hug from like your grandma. It just feels like love, and it's the best decision that I made for myself personally, and it's the best decision that I made for my business. I've been here now for almost 3 years, and like I said, I have no complaints. I've made amazing strides, but I do plan on taking it to another level, because why not? Like, I want to be very well off soon. Soon. So I'm dedicating, you know, 2 strong years to, you know, hit the ground running and make shit happen. Because listen, like I said, your girl's trying to live a great life, take care of my family, take care of myself, my dog. You know, there's a lot of things that I want to do, and I'll share that with you. My goal is to open up a studio or facility where stylists can come in and I can train them, you know, whether it's every day or it's every week. I'll host classes for stylists and train them in extensions and train them in customer service and, you know, content creation and creating a good client experience and, you know, customer service, all of the things that go within, you know, offering a luxury service like K-tip extensions. That's my goal, along with a salon, 3 to 4 chairs max. Okay, probably not even that. If it's 3 chairs, one of those are mine. A small salon, and I want to have a coffee shop connected to my salon, because it's about community for me. I love to just have people around when I have my salon. I felt like I was constantly hosting. Like, I love doing that. And also, I love coffee, and I love being able to go to a coffee shop and get work done. So as a girl, like, if I can go to a coffee shop, get some work done, and then go over there and get a sew-in or a blowout or my brows done or a wax, I would love that. I would love that. It would just be like a good one-stop shop, and just a space, a community space for people to just come in and just be comfortable, you know? But that's my goal, and we are going to achieve that. And what I want, I will get it. I just have to work towards it. And if I got me in my corner, oh baby, there's nothing that I cannot do. So yeah, that is my goal. Other things about me, I have a dog. His name is Dank. I've had him for 11 years, which is so crazy to think about. I don't have kids, so that is my baby. So to the people who say, oh, you know, being a dog mom is not like the same thing as being a mom, it's not, but I'm very much a mom. I'm a mommy. I have siblings, but I am the oldest, which I love. I love being the one in charge, the one to make the decisions. Whatever else you want to know about me, you're more than welcome to drop a comment or a question, or if there's anything you want to know about being behind the chair. If you're considering opening the salon, I have lots of advice. I've been through a lot. I love salon ownership. I thought it was great. I do miss it so much, because I miss training stylists. I miss investing in them. I just miss the whole salon culture. Like, it was great for me. I enjoyed every bit of it. I am almost at the location. This was really cool. I think I'm going to do more of these. a good little car vlog, a little yap session to just, you know, talk and yap and talk and give y'all some insight about me and just talk about things. Obviously, things in the beauty industry, things going on in my life, but this was fun. So, you know, we have to do this again. We definitely have to do this again. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Watch my last video if you're curious on what it takes to, you know, start a beauty brand, how it is, you know, sourcing hair in a totally different country, and I'm sure it'll help you. I dropped a lot of gems in there, so make sure y'all check that out, and I will talk to y'all soon. So have a good one. Good night. See you later. Sayonara. Ciao. Bye.
But these bitches in my business, cut me out, you're choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep